Hey. Okay, so this is part 2. So I'm gonna read all the messages after I went through her phone. Okay, so I just started off the conversation. And I'm like, so, I heard you and Brie hate me. And she's like, who said that? Like, obviously you don't. Oh. Sorry, someone texted me. And then I'm like, I'm not gonna name names, but they said you were calling me a B word. Hold on, I'm gonna shut my door so I can say stuff. Okay. So I'm go, oh, I can't talk. Oh, it's already been a minute, like, what? So I go, I'm not gonna name names, but they said you were calling me a bitch and I was irritating. And things like that. You hate me and my mom and stuff. And she's like, tell me who that is, because that's bullshit. Okay, first off, that's a lie. That is a lie. Oh, hey, Taylor, if you're watching this, because you watch all my videos. And I'm like, I can't. And she's like, so you believe whoever that is? And I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, wow, okay. Okay, it's the truth. First off, when I got these texts, I was so irritated. Because, they're true. And then I go, what? And she's like, so you believe them and not us. Who's them? Yourself? Like, what? I hate people. And I'm like, don't you just like, I was trying to be sarcastic in this. I'm like, don't you just, I'm like, don't I just irritate you sometimes? Am I rude? Is that typical me? And she's like, everyone can irritate me, and it all depends on the situation. You know how you can act. Yep. And I was just trying to, like, say what she was talking about. And she, like, didn't have to get it. Like, she, like, waited, like, it was, like, a 2-hour thing. And then she replied, like, wow, you did read my text. How much you want to bet that 2-hour break that we did not text? She was talking to Brie, because obviously Brie's smarter than her, so. And she's like, I'm like, did your whole family hate me? And my mom? And I did say thank you, by the way. I don't know what Brie's making up. And she's like, who the F it? Oh, I can swear, I forgot. Duh. She's like, who the fuck is telling you this? And no one heard you say thank you from what I heard. And I'm like, from who? You only heard from Brie. And I did. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, no one heard you, I guess. And I'm like, okay. Did your whole family hate me and my mom? My mom would have gave us a ride to Valley Fair. So Brie was also wrong about my mom being lazy. Well, not lazy, like, about my mom not wanting to come get us. She's like, Olivia, do you realize how bad you come off towards I can't talk. Olivia, do you realize how bad you come off towards my family? And you mentioned your mom could give us a ride back from Valley Fair after my mom came. Okay, I said that because she could. Like, we were at Valley Fair, and Kelsey's mom was coming early, and my mom could have came and got us later. Yeah, Mom, go home. And I'm like, how do I come off bad? And my mom could have took us there until Derek offered. She's like, yeah, but that was too hectic, and I knew she wouldn't want to drive us there, then pick you up. We're helping you and your mom out. And I'm like, we're not poor. We don't need your help. And how do I come off bad to your family? She was, like, avoiding that question, like, she didn't know, and she was lying, because people do that. And she's like, I never said you were, as in poor. And I know for a fact your mom would have not picked you up, and she would have complained. Okay, your mom's the complainer. And I'm like, how do I come off bad towards your family? And she's like, you sit there. Yup. They never hear your thank yous. Okay, when have I said thank you to your mom? When do I need to? The time that we went to Chipotle, I did say thank you. I mean, I don't remember any other times. Like, you're so pathetic. And then I'm like, okay, I do. But just go off what Brie says. And she's like, what do you mean what Brie says? And that's what my family sees, Olivia. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. And I'm like, Brie said everyone said thank you except Olivia. I did. Like, who are you? And she's like, I don't know if that's true. Because she can't type. Like, I can't even understand this. I don't, if that's true, because I didn't know what was talking and who said all it. Okay. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because I couldn't understand that, obviously. She's like, I was in the front. I didn't turn around to look who's saying thank you. That's just a polite thing to do. And I'm like, I know. I do that. And she's like, okay. And she's like, you know what, Olivia? I'm sorry for whatever you saw or heard, but you can't say you're being a perfect friend either. I didn't say that. You kept things from me, big things, and I know you know what they are. But I'm seriously not trying to be a bitch here, but take one step back and look at me in Bree's position. And she's like, and I'm like, what if I kept from you? And she's like, you really don't know Olivia? Brandon Hayes? Yeah, ha, Olivia. Thanks a whole bunch for that. Okay, for one, it wasn't just me. Brandon Hayes was a fake account made by these people. I'm not going to say their names, because the people I, still talk to, and why would I want to rat them out? Like, what? Like, oh, there's, big group. There's, from Skyview, from Maplewood, one person from Jungle, I don't even know. But, yeah, I don't care either. And I'm like, it wasn't just me. And I wasn't the one talking to her either. And she's like, who was it then? If that's not even point, Olivia, I trusted you. You were my best friends, and you tried to ruin me even though I did nothing wrong to you. And I'm like, that's a wrong. And she's like, what's wrong? You reading my text? Yeah, that's wrong. And I'm like, you talking to me? And I'm like, you talking about me? That's a wrong. Still acting like my friend? That's a wrong. When you're not. If you talk about me, right? And she's like, yeah, sure, I was wrong for it. But look how you act all the time, talking about us to Maddie. For one, I don't like Maddie. Acting like our friend. And I'm not close to being the blame as you are. Okay. And I'm like, Maddie who? Eklund? I don't like nor talk to her, and I never talked to her about you guys. And I was your friend. You just weren't mine. Because I knew Bree talked about me all the time. And I'm like, and she's like, ha! That's a bunch of bull. Don't lie to me, Olivia. And I'm like, what's a bunch of bull? I don't know what you're applying to. And she's like, you not talking about us to Maddie. I didn't, okay? Oh my god, I almost called her. Gross. And she's like, you talk about us to Maddie. You acting like a friend to us. Look at the past 3 years. Tell me you haven't hurt me. Tell me you're a perfect friend. Because then you'd be lying. Okay, here comes the big paragraph from me. Why isn't it? Yep, that's all me. It was 1,000 and then another 300. And I'm like, LOL, I'm not a perfect friend, nor did I say I was. I never talked about you to Maddie, maybe Bree, because I know Bree does not like me, and I'm starting not to like her. But you've hurt me, I've hurt you, I guess. My mom does not like you, and you're just knowing this because Bree, and you're just now knowing this because Bree, oh my god, I'm spitting, what? And I'm like, because Bree supposedly told you that my mom doesn't like you, which you are now finding out. She never knew that my mom didn't like her. You are now finding out right now and in this text message. And I'm like, my mom doesn't like you because you always made me cry. You always make me come home from school crying. And it was always about you. I'm not saying I'm a perfect friend. And I'm not. So whenever, I don't even recall. I can't talk. But I don't ever recall you ever saying you've hurt me to me. Okay, I'm stupid here. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I know, but I recall, oh my god, this makes no sense. Okay. We just got in a big fight, and she called me pathetic, so I go off and say, I'm glad what I did, because in the end, you're a bad friend talking behind my back, and you're pathetic. And she's like, ha, no, I'm really not. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, yeah, I'm a bad friend. I'm like, kinda. And she's like, ha, okay. And I'm like, yep. And she's like, some weird word I don't know how to pronounce because it's not a word in the dictionary probably. But she's like, because I was such a bad friend, right? I called you names. I talked about you all the time. I was so horrible. Oh, yeah, you were, actually. I'm, done with you because every day from my, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade years, I have hated you for so much because all you would do was disclude me from things. You would hang out, you'd hang out with other people and not invite me. You don't have to do it all the time, but I always had to ask you to hang out. And whenever I did ask you to hang out, I can't talk. You'd always cancel out. And we used to have fights about that all the time. And I know you always talked about me because Bree hated me, and I hate her. Like I said, my password on Facebook was I hate Bree. It is still something hatred towards Bree, but I do hate Bree. And I don't know if I hate you, Kelsey, But I'm starting to, because you're pretending, you're just turning into the biggest bitch on earth. And then you go on Facebook posting, we got the monkeys off our back, like, or the evil monkeys off our back. Like, that's childish for one. Like, who says monkeys? Like, just tag me in it and be like, this bitch is gone. Like, just do that. Like, for real though. And then, like, what? You're a psycho bitch. You're not a psycho with Maddie, but, you know, I hate people. I am done with people. I hate Minnesota. I want to move out of this state and start a new life from all you crazy bitches. I never want to tell anyone to go die, but you guys are towards the top of my list because I thought you guys were I thought you, Kelsey, were my best friend. Obviously not Bree. I've never liked Bree. I never liked it from the site that she came in. I'm not trying to be obsessive or anything. Like, oh, Kelsey, I love you, because I don't. But, you know, when you started, like, talking to Bree and, like, trying to get her in our group, it's like, I never really liked her. Like, you could tell it was, like, I felt so uncomfortable with Bree. Like, I didn't want to be around her. She talks a lot of crap about everybody. Excuse me. Even you, Kelsey, if you're watching this. If you're not, I really don't care. But she talks crap about everyone. She talks about how your mom always is like, can't give you, or let's say Bree wants to hang out with you one day. She can't hang out with you, but she can hang out with Amanda. So you always talk about that. And you always talk about how her mom, as in Kelsey's mom, will not take you guys anywhere. You just don't make sense. You'll talk about her, but then you go around talking with her to other people. Like, you need to stop, Bree, and you need to, like, be a true friend and stop talking about your friends, supposedly. Like, who does that? You don't know how much hate I had for you, and I'm so glad this is over. I'm so glad you guys are going to a different school than me. I am going to North. You guys are going to Tartan. We can be far, far away from each other. I can't wait till the school's over. I'm glad everything happened between us, because I'm done with you. You're all bitches and cunts, and life sucks. So, have a nice day, everybody. If you even watch this, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't know who's watching this, but whoever it is, I'm sorry you had to watch this. I was just basically, like, going through how I felt because I can't really talk to anybody right now, currently, because I'm grounded this weekend, too. So, I hope you enjoyed my little, like, venting rant about friends and stuff, and I look ratchet, but I really don't care, because this isn't, like, my main channel or anything. It's just my second channel. And Taylor wanted me to make a new video, so here you go, Taylor, make a new video for you. Just kidding. Yeah. But yeah, Taylor, I want you to know, this is from me. I want you to know, Taylor, don't be friends with Kelsey or Bree. Have a nice life, everyone. It's Olivia. I try to sound like Chris Barrett. It's Chris Barrett. It's Chris Barrett.